In this video, we are going to draw the front, side, and top views of a hexagonal nut. We'll be using this diagram as a guide, but the specific instructions are in the AutoCAD window. Okay, so we are going to start with the plan view. It says to draw a circle of diameter 2 times d. The type of nut we are considering in this video is an M20 nut. M20 is the size of the nut. Okay, for the case of an M20 nut, our D is the 20. So our circle of 2D construction circle. I'll draw my circle somewhere here. Circle of 2D will be circle of diameter 40. Circle of diameter 40 or circle of radius 20. Okay, so my radius is 20. Now to point 2, use the polygon command, construct a hexagon. Center of the hexagon will be the geometric center of our circle. Number of size 6. Center is still the geometric center of our circle. That's our center. We are inscribing the circle in the previous. We are inscribing the polygon, the hexagon, in the previous circle we drew. So I don't know the radius, but just ensure that you extend one of the sides of your hexagon. Do this extension with auto on. Okay, make sure one of the corners of your hexagon touches your circle. I'm going to zoom in so I can do this well. Okay, once my intersection perpendicular indicator comes on, I will click the circle, zoom out. Okay, so I have my hexagon. Then it says draw a chamfer circle inside the hexagon. The chamfer circle is the circle that touches all 6 sides of the hexagon, not corners, sides. So my chamfer circle, still the geometric center of the hexagon being the center of my chamfer circle. Okay, so that's my center. You will not have to indicate any radius. Just extend the circle to touch any of the sides of the hexagon. Any of the sides of the hexagon. I'm disabling auto again. Okay. Parallel. Okay. It's touching the midpoint of each side. That is fine for me. Okay, so point 3 says complete the plan by drawing concentric circles representing the threaded hole. Okay, so there are 2 concentric circles in the center of our nuts over here two concentric circle. The outer one has a diameter of d, and the inner one has a diameter which is less by d over 5, or the outer one has a diameter of d, and then the outer one has a radius of d over 2, the inner one has a radius of d over 2 minus d over 10, as is shown in the diagram here. Okay, so my first circle, the outer one is actually an arc because it's not a complete circle. The outer one is actually an arc. So I'm going to use arc command center start end. I prefer that one. Okay, so center of my circle. My radius is d over 2, in this case 10. So my outer arc is complete. Then I'll draw the inner one, which is actually a circle. A circle having a radius of d minus d over 10, as is shown in the diagram. If you look at the diagram carefully, the outer one has a diameter of d, and the inner one will have the inner circle will have a radius of d over 2 less d over 10, or d over 2 minus d over 10. That radius is going to be 8. So center, radius is going to be 8. So we've completed our top view, completed our plan. Next, we will project the plan such that we'll have the view of the front. Start my projection, my projection lines. Just going to zoom into this a bit. Auto on. Okay, so I'm going to have first line of my front view. Okay, so I have my baseline for my front view. Now, the top of the front view, as you can see, the diagram is 0.8D. The 0.8D is 16. So I'm going to offset the offset distance is 0.8, which is 0.8D, which is 16. Okay. I want to also bring a projection line from the center. Okay. So next instruction. Okay, so we projected the top view to have the front. Now to complete the front, it says with center B, we can see center B on the drawing for the nut. With center B, we are going to draw an arc. Now you find center B by drawing a line that is inclined at 30 degrees, such that it will pass through point A. Okay, so let's do that. That's our point A. Okay, so we are going to draw a line that is inclined at 30 to the center line, but it should pass through point A. Take off auto. Tab. Tab. Okay, my angle is activated. I'm going to enter 60. Enter. Okay, so we are now going to draw a line through point B. Here is our point B. That's our point B. Okay, so draw another line, 30. Dimension is highlighted in blue. Let's use tab so the angle is highlighted. Enter 120. So we have our point of intersection, which is here. If we look at our reference drawing, the new point of intersection is E. This is a mistake. My B is at the wrong place. B should have been here. The previous place is actually C. And the point of intersection is E. So that's C. And this other one here is E. So this is E. Okay, so first arc, the bigger arc in the front view. The bigger arc in the front view, we are going to use B as center. An appropriate arc we can use for that is center start end. No, center start end is not convenient. Center radius end, center start length. Center end radius is not center. Start center angle, start center end. Okay. Of all the options, center start end seems to be the best. So here's our center. Okay. Touch the radius. That's the radius I'm on right now. Let me zoom this in. So this is my radius. Okay. Okay. Then I'll move in that direction, counterclockwise. Okay. Moving in that direction, we'll trim the rest. Okay, done. Trim the rest off. All right. Now repeat the arc. Center starts end should work fine. Center start end. Center starting point, and I want to repeat that arc again. So center, start, and I'll trim off the rest. Okay, and mirror my previous arc. See how that works. Select done. Specify first point of mirror line. Okay, then the next one is through the center I used. Okay, that works quite fine. Erase source objects. No, I want to keep my source object. All right. So now that we are done with this full arc and then half arc, I'm going to mirror the two arcs onto the right side of the front view. So let me just quickly trim off the parts I don't need. Okay. I can trim these off as well, I don't need them. Okay, so mirror command. Select objects to mirror. 2 and 3. Done. Select first point, mirror line. This is going to be the second point. Then my mirror is done. Oops. Now repeat my mirror again. Don't know what I did wrong. Mirror. Click. First, these can also be the second. Okay. Erase source objects. No. Good. So now I have my okay. So I think our knot is complete in the front view. Okay, not yet complete, just a bit more. We have some trimmings to do. Trim off this part. In this part. I also do need this. This little one here. You don't need all these. And then that. So these are top view and front view of our hexagonal knot. I've applied the layers, so just apply the layers to the front view, all the letters we put in to help us to know the points have also been deleted. Now the very last point in this drawing will be the end view. which says we should bisect the distances between the main center line and the two extreme sides, starting at the top surface of the nut. I have my projection lines from the surface of the plan. Just complete the projection lines from the top view, from the front view. Okay, that is complete. When 9 says that bisect the distances between the main center line, two extreme sides, you've done that. Now, starting at the top surface of the nut, mark along the bisectors a distance equal to D. Okay, so I'm just going to find measure the distance between this point and this point. Okay, it's 11.32. So I'll offset it by half of that, or better still, I can construct a real bisector. Okay, so whichever work, let me construct a real bisector. So we can get an actual bisector by trimming off these other lines. Then we can find the midpoints of the remaining line. So escape. So use line command. Specify first point. This should give us the midpoint. Red triangle is giving us the midpoint. My auto on. Okay. So that line is going through the middle of this line. Is my bisector for this distance, the distance between this vertical line and this vertical line. Now I'll need to get a similar thing at this other side of the nut, and the mirror is very convenient to do that. I want to mirror these two objects, okay, to the other side. But then again, still we can finish the construction of all the constructions on this side, then we mirror the full thing to the other side. Okay, now we are going to use a radius of D, which in our case is 20, and draw an arc. So arc again, center, start, end. We have not found our center yet. We need to find the center first. I'm cancelling that. I'll draw. Okay, I can draw and circle. No, arc. Center and radius. An option where I have center and radius. Okay, I don't have such an option. Let me just do circle. So this is my center, and I open to a radius of 20, which is D. 20 in the vertical direction. Okay, I can trim off the other points, trim off all the other ones. And that, and that. Okay, so this arc is at a radius of D from the initial, the line we bisected. Okay, now when you use this as my point F, that's what the steps say. Mark along the bisectors at a distance equal to D, giving the intersection point F. So this is my F. My F is over here. That's my F. Now I'm going to draw the arc. Have the point. I'll draw the arc now. So center, starting end. This is my center. That's giving me a middle point. Let me zoom in to find the intersection. Good. Intersection has been activated. Okay. That's my start point. Okay, it works fine. Repeat the command. Center, start, and end. That's my center. Center. Start. Auto is on. Let me remove auto. Enter start. That's fine. I can trim off the rest. Okay, then mirror it. And to mirror just this, right click, first point. There's my first point. There my second point. My thing has been mirrored. Delete source, no. Okay, I will just remove all the other parts I don't need. I don't need this again. Don't need this. Okay, let me just skip them for illustration purposes. So we are going to effect the mirror command again. How close are we getting to our targets? So this is exactly what we are drawing, where I'm hovering my mouse, the side view of the nut. Okay, so we have our arc. All we have to do now is we have this arc, we'll mirror it so that it's at the other extreme end. So mirror command, I'm mirroring this and this. Right click, first point, and then second point. Okay. So I have that. I should mirror this line too. Should mirror this line, but I can just extend it. Okay, so I'm taking the mirror command again. Select this, that, right click, first point of mirror, second point. Okay, that is complete. Now apply layers and erase source object. No, so apply layers and let's draw the parts that we need. Layer, visible outline. Just select. So that has been a drawing of a hexagonal nuts. All the layers have been applied now. Also center line has been applied on all the views. Thank you very much.